Hello. Hello. I'm back. I wish other people could hear that. I've had quite a bad back over the last few days, so I haven't done anything at all. So, yeah. Bit better. My neck was really bad, and that was the main thing, and my neck's better now. It's still just my back, though. It's just shit. So, yeah, I've got a whole bunch of chopping to do on this. And then, that reminds me, actually, I don't have the file up. That's a bit silly. There we go. Now, pop the colours on so we know which way we're going. This bit's what we're doing. All the dark blue are bits I'm going to have to cut away, and the tealy light blue stuff things we can leave. So that's nice as well. So yeah, I've just got to go through all that and cut all those canals out so it ends up like the other one. Right there. So yeah. Lovely day. I'm gonna wear my glasses. In my old age, I've been getting tired eyes and blurred vision on an evening. And yeah, I also kind of want to bring in another light source, but not like a white light. I want to get another yellow-ish light, you know, like a normal light. So I can see better, but it doesn't desaturate the camera and everything. So I feel like, I don't know what it's like for you, but on my monitor up here, all this looks like really bleached out compared to the reality of it, which is very different. So yeah. My professional light stand up there is like an actual white light, and I think I'm going to try and get a yellow one for it, like a normal light for it, because especially when you're working with yellow light on a white surface, that it doesn't bleach out too much, and you're able to see what you're doing. You know, that's kind of important. We do need to do that. So we shall. Oh, forgot to turn the glue gun on. That was silly. Ah, and I forgot to make this cut down here. Oh, we need to get a couple of thin bits cut out of this as well. That looks about right. I think it'd probably take a tiny bit more out of this bit here. Well, there we go. And I will take a tiny bit more out of this, but I don't think we need it. I'm just going to do it anyway. You know. Right. I think first I'll get this bit in. But if I'm right, that needs to be like a full angle, so I needed to cut more out last time, didn't I? So I will again. That's better. Right. As soon as we bloody well sort that out. Also, it's worth mentioning that I am very worried that I've made this helmet far too bloody big. So I'm of two minds. Like, do I stop now and start again with smaller templates? Which is probably something I should do. Or do I carry on and, like, because I think the height is going to be right, but it's too long. That's the problem, is it's far too long. Like, that would probably be a little bit big for my head. And I don't think her head's as big as mine. Somehow, something tells me. I could be wrong. But, you know. I'm just going to get me management on. Right. Yeah, so yeah, like I say, I think I'm doing this far too big for her. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is it a good idea to carry on, and then I could, like, literally just chop a section out of it to make it smaller, but I don't know, because it's like I feel like I say, that the height is right. I've definitely got the height right, but I don't think. I think it's too long. Basically, I think it's yeah. Looking at it, there is a section that I could chop out ideally, but it is only a thin section. It's like here, like up there, and this bit here, and all the way along the front here, and all the way down the other side. But it is only this thin section here, because when you get to, like, the back of the helmet, you open a can of worms with the way things are shaped, and like this extra piece here and all of that. And then it's still going to look like this bit is all far too long and everything as well, so I might have to remeasure. That's something I'm going to try now, actually, because I think from the chin to ideally here. So that's 292 mil. So that's actually smaller than it should be. But then from the front to the back, it's 480. Is that right? So, like, right there is 30. And yeah, That's coming out at about the same, so it's like... So that's sort of how it's going to have to be. Yeah, I'm just going to have to carry on. So if I make it any smaller, it's not actually going to cover the bottom of the face sort of thing, so it will have to be the way it is, unfortunately. But it could be just me like freaking out about it and I'm overthinking, and it's actually fine because it's all measured right, and you know, and I did make sure everything was right. Oh yeah. That doesn't sound healthy. I can hear the printer making unhealthy noises. Let's see. Load me a picture. Come on. What are we doing? It's not going to because I'm streaming. It doesn't want to play. I'm going to have to go, like, physically get up and check it, I think. Oh my god, it sounds like Ed 209. That's not right. 2 seconds. Right, I'll just turn the speed down a bit so it can print in its own time, and that should hopefully sort things out a wee bit. Right, just getting this bit glued. Oh, fucking hell. earlier on I was attempting to fix a print I was doing that arguably failed a little bit. I lost a few lines right at the very end of the print, and it made like a massive gap. So I got my filler out that I use for the 3D prints to fill any gaps that might have happened, or imperfections, and then you can sand it down dead easy and it goes all flat, and then you paint over it and it looks all right. But I must have left the filler a bit long, and some air had gathered inside the tube of it. It's like a tube of filler, And so I chopped a little bit more off the nozzle because I thought like it might have dried. And I folded it over and I squeezed it, and then all of a sudden the air escaped and it went into the air, landed all over me, and I've still got bits of it. It's all over the place. It's all on my couch, on the floor, my face, hair, what's left of it. It went fucking everywhere. I just got splooged. Oh well. And yeah. So yeah, I got splooged. It had filler everywhere. It was fantastic. This is flat as well, isn't it? So is this at the back? I can't remember. Yeah, it is. And yes, it's flat, so I need to cut a whole bunch more out of this. Yeah, I think I'll double check all the measurements and things like that, and then I don't think I'm going to cut it up. And it's probably a good idea that if it is wrong, I'll just start again, and this one can be available to anyone that would like it. For money. Money? Money. That was my best Mr. Krabs. It sounds more like Yoda when I do Mr. Krabs. Commerce it is. Okay. Oop. This does not want to stay separate. Oh, what's eBay want? How are people live streaming on eBay? What the fuck is that about? Who gets to live stream on eBay of all places? Who watches live streams on eBay? Tell me in the chat if you watch live streams on eBay. Every time I think, oh, I've sold something, I click it on. Oh, Melissa is live streaming on eBay right now. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, QVC for bidding on, like, a digital platform. That's confusing as shit to me. Fucking QVC. Remember that? Horrific nonsense. If that was still on, like, or at least if I watched television, that would be the end of my wallet for definite, because I look at mops and shit that they're selling and I go like, ooh. Going somewhere like B&M or Wilkinson's and see, as seen on QVC, and you're like, oh. Like some sort of stamp of approval. So it's like, look, I mean, it's shit, but it's not that shit. It's been on the telly. It's been on telly, lad. Like, are you squealing in your sleep? She does every now and again. My little rescue squeeze while she's asleep, and I think, oh no, what's she doing? And then I look and she's flat out. Oh dear. So, lovely weather, isn't it? We've had a warm September so far. Come on, fucking stick together. I might get a third camera for when I start showing her on stream. It'll be like her little basket cam for down there where she sleeps. She's just there, literally just at my feet. And yeah, I'm gonna like flick to kitten cam, which will evolve into cat cam as she gets older. That's the plan. Okay. Yeah, so I look forward to that future. Kitty cam future. I think, to be honest, I'll probably just let her up on the desk, where I can keep an eye on her when she's on the desk. And then she'll get used to it being somewhere she can plod about and not piss. Because she did. A little bit of backstory for you. She wheeled on my desk. I had to reprint my templates. Weird. Weird. Let's do this bit first. And yeah, I've yet to do it, but I'm also moving this display case. And the reason I'm taking my time over that is because I'm hoping to get some different, different TV furniture instead of like that giant white stack of drawers in here. I want a proper little TV unit for it. And then I'm going to move the display cabinet or bookshelf. So I'm gonna. I've got rid of all those toys on the top two shelves actually, apart from a couple of things. So that's going to become a lot more of an actual bookshelf than it is right now, because I have books and VHS tapes I would like to put out and what have you as well. So there is that. I'm going to move it all. And yeah. I'm doing one of those things, you know, like you just want to like move your entire living space around. I get that every now and again, and then the problem is I never admit to myself that I'm actually quite good at choosing where things go, and then I try and move things around, and it's like second guessing yourself, and then I go like, oh shit, I was right the first time. I shouldn't have moved anything. Oh shit, that was a mistake. Oh good, it didn't do what I was worried about. So there we are. Minimum mess. Minimum fuss. Right. Just let that settle a little bit. My nerves. Go away, LinkedIn. Boomer Twitter. I tried to have like a proper like professional profile on LinkedIn. Little did I know that a professional profile on LinkedIn, they expect you to be some sort of like multi-billion-dollar company, and they want you to pay monthly for any kind of visibility. So I'm on there to no one, like literally no one. If I post on there, it goes nowhere. literally 0 people see what I do on LinkedIn. And if I just had like a normal, everyday, common of the house garden profile on there, apparently it would have been alright. But yeah, it's a weird place, is LinkedIn. A lonely place, full of corporate speak and, fake bloody, corporate speak and like fake platitudes. It's like when a school shooting happens and like a congressman, because we're talking about America, sorry guys, goes, "Oh, thoughts and prayers." Like the entirety of LinkedIn is that. It's that same sentiment. I've heard people trying to put across like real, like, oh, what an exciting future we have with AI as our workforce. And it's like, and I've commented on LinkedIn to these people and like, speaking as an artist, it's actually a terrible, terrible thing, is generative AI. I would argue it's good for like spitballing, like throwing ideas out there for like inspiration and what have you, but it's not being used for that. No. They're using it as to generate the final product. Like it's literally the end. They're not using it as inspiration. They're not using it as like possibilities for different ideas. They're literally, it's being used to generate a final product, whatever that product might be. And that's the problem. It's a fuck ton cheaper than hiring someone like me or more talented people to do your work. No, why would you, when you can just tell ChatGPT or whichever else, pick one to do it for you. And like, yeah, it's sad really. And I can tell I'm sort of speaking to deaf ears, because the person that'll have put that up will literally be like a CEO, someone in charge of hundreds, if not thousands, of people's livelihoods, and they're putting things out on LinkedIn basically to go like, wouldn't it be, like to sort of make them feel better about the fact that they're planning on laying off all those people because they can just get the work done for free. It's, it's a sad state of affairs. It's another reason why, I'm not Xbox's friend at the moment, despite owning and playing on one daily. I am not happy with the way Microsoft is conducting themselves at the moment with people's lives and livelihoods. It's not nice. And also, because of the way they're doing that, they like the comeback of my former favourite franchise, Halo, was completely marred and ruined, because instead of hiring people and giving them salaries and benefits and what have you, they, over the 6 years that they were developing Halo Infinite, they hired temp workers that would work on the programs and the game engine for about 6 weeks to 6 months, and then just at the point where they would be considered for a new contract as a full-term employee, they would fire them and get a new round of, glorified interns in. And then they'd all have to start from scratch, trying to learn all the tools for the game engine and everything, and trying to, do everything. And then they'd be fired and they'd bring a load of new people in. And it was like every 6 weeks to 6 months, they were all starting from scratch again. and somehow they managed to bring out a game. Granted, it was bare bones and, you know, fucked at launch like every 343 Studios game is. It was no different. And I'd love to point all the fingers at Frank O'Connor because I hate that guy, but honestly, it's not his fault. It's not Bonnie Ross's fault. It's none of them. It's Microsoft. It was their mandate. That's how they wanted their studios to function. They wanted any long-term employees that weren't on the board or in charge of anything to be just gone. And they wanted new hires in so they didn't have to pay them. They didn't have to, didn't have to give them what they were worth, basically. And it's horrible for several reasons. One of the main ones for me being that, Halo gets dragged through the mud. It has been dragged through the mud. It's nowhere near what it was. And that's the reason, It was the single biggest IP. And that means anything. When I think Halo, was it 2 or 3? I can't remember which game. But either Halo 2 or 3 when it came out, the weekend that it came out, it surpassed any kind of media in sales ever at that time. The biggest movie, the biggest franchise you can think of at that time was outsold by a video game. It was literally the biggest thing in the world in... which one was it? Let's say it was Halo 3. So in 2008 or 9, when that came out, it was the single biggest media product ever sold at the time. I don't even know if that's been surpassed, It probably has. We've had Avengers movies since then, but to go from that to hiring temp workers to make your game and skimming it it doesn't matter and it's only a product, because again, that's Microsoft software company, isn't it? So they saw it as a piece of software, not an IP or a franchise that people gave a shit about. They just wanted their product out. And they got it out. So none of it matters. And here I am walking around with Halo tattoos on me like an idiot. Because I actually gave a shit for a while. And now I just care about the people that care about it. So I make their armour for them. So I'm happy to do that. It's actually cathartic because, it reminds me people still do care about it and still Halo, Why is this not working? What's going on? There we are. Right. So, yeah. Slightly depressing rant over. It's just, it's sad. It really is sad. I've sold everything, I've sold everything Halo that I ever owned. Apart from 3 things, and one of those 3 things is a mug. So all I'm going to have left is a mug. Halo Infinite Series X is the other thing. And then I've got one other thing that I can't think of right now, Probably a t-shirt or something, and that's it. I've got in that room with the printer the legendary editions of Halo 3 and Reach, and I've got the Halo 3 Xbox 360. I've sold them all. I'm literally just waiting for them to be collected. And it's not made me sad to sell them as much as it's made the idea of the fact that I would want to sell them is the sad thing. Wow, damn, we're really upbeat tonight, aren't we, guys? But yeah, I get bogged down with this these thoughts sometimes, and it's upsetting. So I talk about them whilst there's no one here to listen, and gets it out my system, and then hopefully we have a better time all around. Fucking using a streaming platform to you know, be my talking therapy. It's like it's sort of ironic as well that now, like, I really don't play it much anymore. I don't really have anything invested in the franchise anymore. That now would be the time that I get busy. Now would be the time where people want Halo stuff from me. Back when I had all the enthusiasm in the world. Like, you know, they didn't. Mind you, when I had all the enthusiasm, I wasn't even making paper models, so I mean, there you go. Right. I've just cut out, hopefully, this bit, because I didn't really look. Where are you? There you are, look. There you are, darling. Yes, that's the right bit. And then we flip it to make the other side as well. Oh, baby. Yeah, I'm going to get that on, and then we're going to do that bit, and then this bit. Building up. Building up. Buttercup. Just to let me down. And mess me around, worst of all. You'll never call, baby, when you say you will. Awesome shit. Right, here we go. Here we go. We'll put that on there, and then we're going to make sure it's on there. We're going to get it fucking drawn out, you know what I mean? Yes, there we go. Sorry. I've got it in the wrong position, so I'm going to have to draw it again, and so we get it on there like that. Yes, there we go. Give it a slightly darker line than last time, so we know where we're fucking going, you know what I mean? I've no idea why I'm doing this voice. Hope you like it. Oh, that was lucky. Right. I just needed to make the lines so I could see where I'm cutting out. So I'm going to more or less go around what I need. There we go. Ow. That was my arm and it hurt. Right, here we are. Have I fucked it up? No, I haven't. There is, however, going to be lots of cat marks on this one. Sorry, though, they're only sort of pin bricks and what have you, so it'll paint over quite nicely. Oh, I didn't tell you what was going on with the print. Like, it was half failing and then half not, so it's like, it was weird. I'm going to go check on it again while it's going, because I think I'm having like a blockage, you know? So I'm going to have to see if I can figure that out, if that's what's going on. Yeah, it seems to be alright. Alright then. I'll leave it to it, I suppose. Right. I do, however, need to do the inside of this a lot better, because it's very, very, very roopy. Ah, that's why. Because my cutting out was very ropey. That's why. Well then, inside is normal, vertical. Outside is, oh yes, outside is angled cuts, so we're going to have to be very... So we've got a lot of concentrating to do right now, because I need it to stay, hopefully, at the same angle all the way around. So I'm cutting it exactly the opposite way than you're supposed to. You're supposed to not push the blade into the foam directly. You're supposed to have it at some sort of an angle, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury if we're trying to get it uniform all the way along. That was close. That looks alright. You can go down there. I'm definitely going to be able to use that later. Itch. good piece. Go up there. So that's to go like that. I don't think we need to put the cuts into it. That's going to weaken the integrity of it, so I'm not going to. Simple as. And that's the bit we need, I think. Right there. Let's see, where are you? Yep, there it is. Right there. So that's the top. Okay. Groovy. So yeah, I'm going to cut this out. Get this on, and then I'm going to glue it to the piece we've just cut out. And yeah, that's it. You can like it or lump it. I'm hearing all sorts. Might be paranoia. I've just finished watching an episode of Alien Earth, which is going well, but I'll tell you what's annoying is waiting a week for each episode. It's one of those series that you can sort of tell they thought it was going to be all released in one big chunk. So it's been filmed and edited in such a way to facilitate, like, you know, like a binge watch, like a good old fashioned, like a good old binge watch. Bins what's a bins what's? And they're not releasing it like that. They're releasing it every Wednesday. I think we're on 6 of 10 or 8, and it's just frustrating because of the way that the thing is going. You sort of, it's like it gives you a vibe, and you get into the vibe by about halfway through the episode, then it ends. And then you're like, right, the next one, while I'm in the vibe. Oh, there is no next one. Great. So it's sort of like, it screws you. And it's a shame. It's a real big shame, because if they'd released, just say the first, if they were doing 10, they'd just released 5 in a row, and then wait I don't know, a month or something, and then release the next 5. That would have probably been a better way to put it out, in my humble opinion, if they didn't want to put it out all at once. But I think they're also airing it on telly, aren't they? So we have to adhere to certain protocols. Some television protocol. So now, what is cool is Ade Edmondson's in it, as in Eddie from Bottom, Rick Mills' best mate. So it's nice to see him in something, and he's a real dark and sinister character as well, so it's really interesting to watch him do that. When you've only really seen him do silly things or heartfelt things. He's done a lot of heartfelt stuff in the last 20 years, but yeah, he's playing, like, he's actually playing a full-on villain in the series. So it's really cool to watch, and he does it really well. But you're not hearing anything else other than that from me. Itchy face. Right, okay then, let's have a look at this, shall we? Shall we? I'll tell you what I will do is I'm going to put this right here where it should be, in the middle, there it is, and I'm going to put a nice fat line where this line is, because I want to glue this on before I actually do anything else. So that's what I'm going to do. Just use those two little dots and glue. Glue. Glue, baby. Glue. Oh yeah. Nope. No. Tried to move there. Did you see that? That was absolutely unacceptable. I have the Renegades of Funk stuck in my head. By Rage Against the Machine. Why? I don't think I've even heard that song since like 1998 or something. Why does my brain remember the Renegades of Funk? Oh God. I liked how angry Rage Against the Machine were. I liked what they stood for. And I like how in 2020 people suddenly realised that, wait a minute, what? They're a lefty band? Well, since they got arrested for filming a music video outside of Wall Street, like literally as a protest at the time, in like 1999 I think that was, and they got arrested for it and took away, and they kept all that footage in the video. Yeah, I'd say they were fairly left-leaning, protesting against capitalism. It's just the shock. Like, oh yeah, Rage Against the Machine suddenly a lefty band. Yeah, suddenly out in 1994. Oh, it's no end of amusement for me. Not even like that big of a fan of their music. I do like it ish, but like, you know, I don't think I ever bought any albums of theirs. I most definitely borrowed them and taped them on audio cassette tape, and listened to them a bit, but I wasn't massively into them. I just liked the anger and waving your fist at the man type of thing. That was cool. Still is. Now move, sucker. Oh, that's definitely the first time I've ever done that in my 42 years. Oh, it feels dirty. Come on, get a grip on it. Here we go. Lovely. Lovely. Get out. Oop. Yeah. There we go. It's on there. I just need to do the little sort of ear bits. Ear bits, you reckon? Yeah. That whole ear section, really. That and that. Well, I'm going to do the lower bit. Oh my word, no, I'm still here. Pressing the wrong buttons. We're very clever. Watch out, Donny. I'll get back to you later. It irks my brain. Like, I really want to get back to Donny. And so I made an educated decision to actually do that. But I'm going to do that when I finish this helmet. I'm going to go back and do the other shoulder muscles and bicep. For like a couple of streams, or maybe a day or two or something. And then I intend to go straight back to whatever I come to next. I think probably the chest piece, because the chest piece is chest beast. The chest beast is always a visually striking thing to build, but it's also next in line, isn't it, from the head down. And then I believe I shall do the arms, shoulder to forearm to hand plate, and then I'll probably do the belly part, the belly welly. Now I'm leaving a tiny section off this, which I'm going to add to the bit that goes above this, so it makes more sense. That's a side note. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's more for me that I've said it out loud, so hopefully I'll remember it. Likelihood close to 0. Much like me planning what I'm going to do. I'm literally just saying shit. None of this matters. None of it is going to end up being the plan. The plan was to have finished this by now, for example, so... We just don't know, mate, you know what I mean? We don't know what's going to happen next. We just fucking turn up. What do you call me? A fucking turnip? Yeah, mate, you're a fucking turnip. Who am I talking to? Right. Oh my god, that was so close. If only we didn't need that. And then it sort of does fit if you bend it around a little bit and then push it in, but then it overlaps that. Oh my stars. I'll have to use this bit over here. There we go. Tell them I'm used to wearing glasses when I'm smacking me frames off the microphone leak. Here we go. Right. Okay then. How exactly does this attach? How does one attach? One attaches in various ways as it appears. But it's all largely vertical cuts. All except this bit right here. That is an interesting one, my dear Watson. And we shall come to that when we come to it. We shall... ruined it, didn't I? I have lost, like, I didn't realise I've chopped the very edge off the bottom corner here. That was a bit silly. Whoa, okay. Sorry, I just read a headline. That's a lot. But I do hate the guy that got shot. Oh, that's a difficult stance to have whilst live on the internet. In your mind. It's like that old thing of like, oh, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. But then it's just happened, so it's like you feel horrible. And I do feel horrible. But still, he was a piece of shit. And I'm not laughing at what's happened, I'm laughing at my dilemma. My silly dilemma of my small mind in my small corner of the internet that no one watches. So what does it matter, really, you know? Right. So, okay. This cut down here. And that should meet the thing that we need it to meet. Everything else seems to be in order. That's on there. Oh shit, is that attached to the bottom of... Oh, it is. So, yeah, that does need to be quite a substantial cut out of that. So we shall. And it's not so bad here, but it needs to be slightly more when we get to here. Like so. So that we attach more natch. Attach more natch. What a time to be alive. I'm going to take a tiny bit out of this as well, just so it goes at an angle. Only a slither. An absolute slither. There we go. Then it's going to go like that, and then it's going to be like... First thing that dictates the shape of this, like, look, just like that, look, lovely, lovely. Right. We'll get it attached there. Oh, baby. She's so sleepy. That means it's going to be absolute hell when she wakes up. It's going to be a real tornado of death and destruction as soon as she wakes up. I've noticed she does this, like every now and again she sleeps for ages and then she stays up extra long, creating utter chaos. And I wouldn't change it. We're a chaos demon, aren't we, darling? Eh? Little murder fluff. Running around murdering all the things. Including this very foam that she's attempted to eat the entire time. Right, so now we can actually attach the rest. And that would be nice. I'm going to learn from previous mistakes and do tiny sections at a time. Mind you, when I say tiny, I do mean, you know, just not all of it. And I'm also going to bend it into position if I can, into shape and or position. Positione. Like so. Like so. We will make it so. Yeah. Excuse me. Right. There we go. Basically. Life goes on. Hop, hop, hop. I don't know why I keep going hop, hop, hop. Do you reckon that's like old-timey dubstep? Like old men in top hats and monocles checking their pocket watches and telling the factory workers to get on with their work and going hop, 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 hop. What am I talking about? Oh my god, right. Just, I think ignore me. Like, turn it off, stop watching. Your mind is safer without this nonsense that I'm coming out with. You know, when you watch something on TV, whether it's a news report or like a reality TV show or something, and you feel your IQ, bits of your IQ dripping away from your brain like a wet cake. I fear if you stay here much longer, the same shall happen to you from me. For your own safety, you must leave now. Right, okay. So we've pretty much got the same sorted there. Not sure if this needs a chunk out of it or not. And no, I think that's going to be alright actually, that one. Who needs symmetry, eh? Fuck symmetry. Fuck it in its stupid arse. Down a bit, round a bit. There we go. And glue globule. Then all we have to do is that. Straighten it up instead of it looking like some sort of wild, like cartoon superhero. You know, like the sort of ones that would be on Tiny Toons or something, or Animaniacs. That's what it looks like so far, is like a superhero helmet that would be on Animaniacs. I am Captain Flopmouse. Behold, the flagellant. Now, once again, we're doing little sections at a time because we are very intelligent. And then I'm going to attach it to rest it bloody helmet like. We'll get it right on there. I'm going all silent again, but it's like entirely concentration based. Concentration. Excusez-moi. 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 Excusez. Sorry. Excusez-moi. Right. I think because this just attaches directly to this. Yeah, like that. Right on there, right on there. Right down there, like that. And that's behind there, and along there, like that. Along the bottom there. So that straightens this out. and smashes into the side of this here. I've forgotten to do the cut, so I need to do that. Where is it? Where does it go? Yes. Like that. Is that about right? Yeah, it is. I've just chopped it differently. What a shit. Let's get rid of this big chunk that I've missed off. There we go. Right, that's better. Yeah, that should help shape this back bit that I feel like sticking way out over that way, and it shouldn't be, because if you look at that, oh no, oh god, no, it should be. Oh Jesus, right. Oh fucking hell, mate. I'm gonna go get a drink. We'll suss this out. Won't be long. Bonjour. Ah, there we go. I tried to play some joke music after the end of one of my streams the other night, and it didn't materialize audiologically, and I figured out why, and I have fixed it. So now I can play any silly music I like, and you'll have to like it. No, you don't. But still, I can. And I probably will. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. But you could probably leave. So don't do that. Sorry, she's looking at me as if to go like, who are you? Who are you? Why are you in charge of my life? Honey, baby doll, I ask myself that same question every day. How the hell I'm allowed to be in charge of anything is beyond me, but you know, it's happened several times in the past. I was the fucking manager of a game shop for a while. And I didn't get fired. Imagine such a thing. Imagine that. The humanities. Right. Just need you to behave for just a moment while you get all nice and secured. While you get secured, we shall put some more glue into you. Just the way you like it. That could be misconstrued. Hello, baby. Have you woke up and chose violence again? Yes, you have. Hello, darling. Hello. She has definitely woken up and chosen violence again. It's the fucking best. You know, for the very first time, she actually did my head in a little bit earlier on today. But it was still funny. Like, I genuinely got annoyed with her for the first time. I got annoyed with you. But, you know, some of it, like, it was mostly my fault anyway, because things were a mess, and she was just playing in the mess that I'd left, so I tidied up. And it was okay, you know? It's like I say, that's my fault. That's me being daft and leaving shit about for her to attack. As soon as it got cleared up, she was fine. Well, she was still a total chaos demon, but she was, you know, she wasn't in danger of hurting herself or my things. That, you know, she tried to eat Bertha. Bertha being my big belt 3D printer. The cat tried to eat Bertha. I was like, right, I'm going to have to put Bertha away then, aren't I? Because Bertha's for sale. I can't very well give someone a cat-chewed Bertha. because the very thing that she started chewing is like a 120 pound to replace. So I was like, right. Time to move. Yeah, like I say, it was me really. I left it out longer than I should have, with it being for sale. If it was just mine, no problem, you know. But it potentially isn't anymore, so got to be more sensible. There is an item for sale that has electrical or soft components that could be chewed into kitten food. We need to take more care of these things. It's been a very long time since I've had a kitten that was this murder orientated. All the kittens I've ended up with in the last like 20 years have been really chill. And I definitely have had cats like this, like kittens that have been like, I'm going to kill everything. Hello. Speak of the demon and she shall appear. Christ. Fucking dogs, mate. Dogs outside. Go get it. Go get it. Go get the dog. My mother, my... Sorry. I'm having to do everything on my lap at the moment because it's the only way to stabilise this thing, so I'm going to try and do this without, like, you know... Try and make it like it, you know, it actually makes sense to do. Right. So now, tiny bit more there. Mrs. Stop it. Yes, the full chaos as a resin. Or rosin. Whatever a rosin is. It is imminent. Right. Okay. This is more or less where it needs to be, but then this is bloody snapped and it's not in the right place. Fuck. Oh god, this is messy and uncouth. I've got an itch on my shin. Oh god. Oh, I can't concentrate because of itch on the shin. Oh no. There we go. It's one of them, like, you know, when you get like a random skin itch and it's not like, it's like a pinprick. It's just an itch. Plain and simple. But then the longer you leave it, the more it irritates you. So you have to, and now it won't go away. Oh, there we go. flea there and it isn't. Definitely not. I'd be in fucking agony now. I've just scratched it if it was. Right. There we are. More or less. So, I'm going to glue this bit here. Like a spot weld. For all you welder engineers out there. For some reason the glue really doesn't want to dry tonight. I'm just trying to get this to glue in the right direction as well, so I'm like pushing it up further than it really needs to be, so when I let go it goes back to where, you know, just a little bit further forward than it's wanting to pull. I'll have to hold this for ages while it glues. I'll do some tidying. There's people out the front. First time ever I'm hearing like a gammon conversation happening outside the front of my flat. That's not bad going considering I've been here since like, when was it? Been here about 6 weeks now, haven't I? 5.5 weeks. Tiny yap dogs yapping as well. So that's nice. Yeah, I'm hearing the dude like yell at the dogs yelling. And you can sort of tell that the dogs are starting to quiet down, and then he goes, "Shut up!" and then they start again. But he's not stopping. Flag shaggers. Cunts. Misled masses of ham. You figured it out. Sounded a bit performative, to be honest. That's good. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Skitting. No. Yeah, I'm going to test out something. Let me see. That's not working. You can probably hear that coming from my earphones. Aha! There it is. I can get away with Halo music, it's okay. Anyway, just wanted to make sure it was working. And it is. So that's nice, isn't it? I kind of feel like I want to put one of my favourite ones on. Because it's dead good. Where is it? Where are you? So I'm putting that on while I work. Ugh. Oi. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Do-do-do-do-do. Halo tunes. Ooh. Seems only fitting to put the Halo Reach theme tune on because, like, you know, that's what we're doing. I mean, it seems only fitting because I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Oh my god, like, that is the size of my torso. I'm not even kidding. That goes right up, like, oh my god, that's far too big, innit? Fuck. Well, I'm going to leave it at that because I'm defeated. So, yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. And I'll be back tomorrow with smaller templates. Nighty night.